Welcome back. So this is how my faux locks journey started. They were clean, they were cute. I did them. It may have taken about 3 or 4 hours. But when I got ready to take these things out of my head, y'all stay tuned and watch. Okay, so I am removing these fox locks or butterfly locks, whatever y'all want to call it. And these are the things that they don't tell you about, that this hair actually gets tangled. I've taken down quite a few of them. I have some hair pent too, but the removal process for this is quite interesting. Like you can see here, it's tangled and I'm trying to unravel it. So I have some scissors. There's a lot of pulling. I'm not damaging my hair because this is the extension hair here. I'm still working, so y'all gotta forgive me if I'm looking away. And then this is my kitchen. My little kitchen and grew. My little kitchen. Push that on up there. So yeah, you really have to get this hair. Now, of course, when I did these locks, I twisted the hair in my hand, which kind of locked in those straight pieces, which I liked. And it also gave it more of a natural look as well. But I'm not liking this takedown process at all. Taking out braids is a lot easier than this. And then if I had like a big mirror, if I was probably in my bathroom right now, this would probably be a lot different, but I'm not. So, hold on. So I just pull this part out. This is the curly hair that I wrapped it with. This is the Marley hair that was really, really coarse. I'm just taking some scissors and just cutting it. And then you just pull it through. That's the easy part. And then you just take down the little plait. Now, thank God when I did these, I did not braid my hair down. I just kind of braided enough to interlock the extension hair. So I want you all to remember what I just said about me not braiding my hair all the way down to the end. If you have to take these twists or these faux locks down by yourself, I highly, highly, highly advise you to have some help or someone to help see the back of your head. So a few of these locks I used glue on, not very many, but a few of them. And one thing that they don't tell you about when you're doing these, which of course is trial and error for me too, so I'm learning, but I'm also telling y'all what I learned. The super glue is very, very thin, of course, so by you putting it on hair, it's going to seep through the hair strands. So for me, for example, a lot of my dreads, I didn't make them into like bob locks, so I didn't crochet my rear hair up. So a lot of these tips are really the end of my hair, and if I put glue on that end, then of course the glue is on my real hair. So for me to get it off, I have to literally cut that end just to get the glue off. So what I'm doing right now, of course, is still trying to take the curly hair from the lock. I'm pulling. It's a lot of pulling and tugging at this. Like this part right here is gonna come off easy, but this little tip down here is tangled. And then there's, I don't feel glue on here, but it's, the hair is interlocked, so I have to like pull it apart. I tried to cut the very, very tip of it to see if it was gonna come undone, and it's not. This is one of those ends where when I folded it back up to interlock the extension hair, see how it's kind of unraveling there now? See, and that's the tip. It came off, and now I just have to unravel it. But of course this hair gets matted, as you can see. Like I have a lot of new growth under these dreads. I've had them in now for about, this is a good one, so my whole finger can go in between my scalp and the actual dread. I've had them in now for about 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, but I keep my protective styles in for a while anyway, so this is nothing new. Now what I want to do, because of course I said on the video of me doing this that this hair was very drying, but when I did this hair or installed it in my head, when I installed it in my head, you gotta excuse me, I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking at the mirror, but when I installed this hair in my head, I put a lot of cream and oil on it. See how this is just coming off? So that helped a lot. So I can actually, like, you probably can't see it, but I can actually feel the grease on my hair. So that's really good. So hopefully my hair is pretty protected when I get done taking this out. But yeah, I'm gonna need a good trim and a deep conditioning treatment when I get done with this. I do have a deep conditioning mask that I'm going to be using, as well as a deep conditioning cap that I'm going to use, and I'll show y'all that in a minute. But I'm going to really do that in my head today, and my plan is at some point, I'm just going to cut this off at some point this week, if not today because it's late, so I'm pretty sure nobody's open, but I want to go to a salon and get somebody to trim my ends for me. I've been trying to get this lady on, I saw her on Instagram, and she's like one of the best stylists that I've seen that actually care about natural hair. I've had my hair trimmed quite a few times by people who normally do like wigs or weaves and stuff like that, and the way they trim, this is just my own personal opinion. You can love it, you can hate it, whatever, but the people who I've had to do my hair to trim my ends do not trim it. It's like I can trim it in my bathroom, honestly. The ends are not completely straight. When I get my hair trimmed, I literally will see split ends still. I would see knotted ends still. When I twist my hair, it was still not doing what it was supposed to do. One time I went to a salon and got my hair, see, this is my real hair. I got my hair trimmed, and I went to try to straighten it, and my hair was still frizzy. So if you trim it right, like trim all the dead ends, flyaways, all of that, actually trim it, my hair shouldn't be frizzy when I straighten it out, and it was. So I've been very, very hesitant about who I let trim my hair, because of course with natural hair, as soon as you say you got natural hair, the prices go up $40. You want to get it trimmed, they charge you $25 just for the trim. You want to get it blow dry, before you know, you're looking at $200 or $300 for a natural hairstyle. Why am I paying that much for a natural hairstyle? I went to a Jamaican beauty salon one time, and they specialize in natural hair, and when I went in, I was the only person in there with I was the only person in there with my state of hair. Everybody else had dreads. Everybody had dreads. So when I saw that, I was like, they might not know what they're about to do either, because everybody got dreads. But I took a chance. The lady was real friendly. She tried to tell me about my hair, and she gave me a blowout, and she blow dried it on high. My scalp was singeing. She blow dried it so hot, and then when she did the flat iron, and I told her I just wanted one pass because my hair had already tolerated so much heat, and I don't really put heat on my hair anyway, unless I'm doing like a protective style or I need my hair stretched, then I'll blow dry it. But other than that, I'm not putting a whole lot of heat on it. So she did one pass, and she said, oh, it's not straight enough, I'm gonna do another pass. And then towards the end of the style, then she wanted to go through and curl the hair, and I'm just like, Lord, this is just too much. It's just too much for me. And when I left out of there, my hair, it was the thinnest I've ever seen it. It was the flattest I've ever seen it. She called herself cutting layers, and she thinned out my natural hair. When I got ready to wash it, like my hair, it smelled burned. Like it smelled like she had burned it. I went to wash it, and it did not curl back up. Like about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches from like the back of my neck or the nape of my neck up was just completely straight. And then about 2 months later, it started to curl. Like, it didn't really give a curl, it gave more of a wave. And eventually I ended up having to cut all of it off and just started all the way back over. And then when I went back to her, she didn't know what I was talking about. So ever since then, I have not gotten my hair flat iron. I haven't, because I've been afraid that I'm going to end up like I was when I left her salon. And then, of course, when you get your hair damaged, it's like nothing that you can do is going to make my hair go back to curly or revert it back to its natural state. It's going to stay straight. Now, you can say, oh, I'll provide a couple service for you for free and stuff like that, but what's going to happen when I have to do my own hair again? If I want to wear a twist out or bantu knot or just a wash and go, I can't do that because certain parts of my hair does not curl up. So what I started doing, I bought a whole lot of rollers, which I got in here, a whole lot of rollers. And whenever I would do like a natural style, I would just roll the back of my head to make it, you know, blend in with the rest of my curly hair. I would just roll the hair up. But, I mean, I don't want to do that all the time when the rest of my hair is natural. So I ended up cutting it. And we're here now, but now I need another trim. So I'm looking for somebody good that's going to be able to trim it. I went to another girl that I knew from school, and I had her to trim my hair. And I ended up coming out of there. My hair was almost to my bra, right? Now, granted, I might have had some split ends, but it wasn't like that. Like, you cut off 1 inch, 2, cool. When I left out of there, she was like, oh, I cut it a little uneven, so let me even it up. Oh, I did this, and let me do this, and let me do that. And it was like 12 o'clock at night when I went to her. Very convenient, but never again. Went to her, and I left out of there with a bob. My hair was in an asymmetric bob, and the longest part probably came like mid-neck. This part up here came to the kitchen. It was so short. I've never had my hair that short. So after that, that's really where it started my natural hair journey. Was when I had my hair cut that short. I'm just like, I'm not putting no perm in here because it's too short. Like, no. So I just wore it in like a fro. I started getting braids. And, you know, just went from there. But if y'all know a natural stylist in Atlanta, in Mississippi, in New Orleans, let me know, because I'll go. I'm always in those areas. So I am taking my hair down and I'm cutting the dreads out of my hair. Like you can see some of my they just slid out because it wasn't really attached to my hair. But then there are other pieces that I had to actually untangle, all of that. And in the process of untangling, I cut a piece of hair that I thought was the Marley hair, and it was not. It was my real hair. Let me show y'all what it looks like. Let me find it. Yeah, I'm so embarrassed. You see that? Just cut my hair. Cut my hair. Cut it.